Cottagecore. It's the aesthetic that has taken over Animal Crossing: New Horizons, and for good reason. It's an aesthetic all about being one with nature, but being pretty about it. Cottagecore is an internet aesthetic, also described by some sources as a Generation Z subculture that celebrates an idealised rural life and developed throughout the 2010s until being named on Tumblr in 2018. Apparently TikTok also popularised it. Oh, of course it did. It's like the aesthetic itself was made for Animal Crossing, since it's a great mix of natural and flashy. After all, if you see the previous Animal Crossing games, there was no option to put furniture items outside. Your towns were always very natural. So Cottagecore in my eyes suits Animal Crossing really, really well. This is coming from somebody who has a very urban island. But you've probably seen the millions of screenshots of the many cottagecore islands out there. If you're a little daunted at the thought of making something so pretty yet complex without making your island too cluttered, I don't blame you. That's why I'm here to help. So here's a plan. I'm going to go over what makes a cottagecore island a cottagecore island. I'm going to present some inspiration sources to anybody out there who's thinking about making a cottagecore island. Then I'm going to go to an incomplete cottagecore island so that you can see the process of an island in progress. Then we're going to go and see a completed cottagecore island to give you some ideas or even to inspire you even more. So we're on Pinterest right now, and we're going to take a look at, not at anything Animal Crossing at the moment, but we're going to look at general cottagecore, okay? So yeah, as you can see with cottagecore, it's literally just green, right? It's so green. Yeah, this picture, it's like you're proper in the country, you know? Very green, not much to say about that. Obviously somebody here has left this bike very neatly in a very green area. And it's got flowers in it. We got this, what looks to be like a princess sort of thing. It's like a photo shoot of some kind, but yeah, again, cottagecore, very fantasy-like, I would suppose, in a more real sort of way. There's not much to say, it's just very green, and it looks really, really nice, really cute. It really does appreciate nature, and brings out the best side of it, I would say. I can see why people are so drawn to this. I mean, from my island, obviously, as you can see from my recommended, it's all very, very this, you know? Let's go to Cottagecore Animal Crossing, see what we can find here. Lots of terraforming, custom paths, barrels, browns, whites, flowers.
Wow!
Whoa! Yeah, again here, trees, brown, very natural colours, lots of cliffs, lots of terraforming. Here for this one, that's a lot of custom designs in one path. But this one here, very twisty sort of terraforming. I quite like that. Now let's go to the second part of this video where I look at an incomplete cottagecore island. So I asked you guys on my Discord server if one of you guys owned a incomplete cottagecore island that you were currently working on. I found one of you, and so off I went to your island. With their dodo code being frames per second 92, I went to their unfinished cottagecore island. From the flyover, it already looked like the island was going to be a pretty good cottagecore island, despite it being unfinished. There's still a lot of terraforming for an unfinished island, and a lot of custom designs as well. I mean, the entrance already looks quite nice. Again, this is completely unfinished, but it still looked quite nice. And I like how they put, like, the Able Sisters shop on top of a cliff. And again, the use of custom designs, you know, it looks quite good. There were some really cute spots, even though, you know, it's not intricately designed like how typical cottagecore islands usually are, but, you know, I'm sure they'll get there. You know, it's an incomplete island, that's what we're looking for here. And obviously they have white, like, blank areas, which they are planning on doing something with. Again, just really cute custom designs. Again, with the terraforming, you know, very hilly, very terraformed, very cottagecore. For Animal Crossing, nature and cliffs are huge for cottagecore, so they've got that down so far, and obviously they got massive blank spaces here, which is no problem because I'm sure they're planning on doing stuff with that as well. Really cutely laid out bridges, more custom designs, more flowers, more nature. You know, they've got the overall theme down. That campsite looks really cute as well. So yeah, you can see how the process looks like. You know, it's quite hilly, it's got a lot of custom designs, it's got a lot of nature to it, but you can see how it does, it's still not complete. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they've got the overall themes down. You can really see how it's going to turn into a really cool cottagecore island, but obviously that's going to take time, it's going to take intricate details to do that. It looks quite good so far. So off I went back home, ready to go into my virtual bed and enter the world of dreams. I went onto Twitter to find a dream code for a cottagecore island that I thought that could serve as an example for anybody who wants to build a cottagecore island, especially because I know that some of you got Animal Crossing for Christmas, so I thought this would serve as a really good inspiration sort of bit for you guys who do want to make a cottagecore island. So I found one and off I went to bed. Correction, after I got changed out of my wand outfit, I went to bed. I put the code in and off I went. Waking up instantly with flowers in my face. Yep, this is cottagecore. From the get-go, you're greeted with flowers and trees and intense terraforming, loads of custom designs. We saw that in the previous island, but this takes it to a whole other level. The way it's arranged, all the custom designs, everything already looks so in place, and we're already only at the beginning. It's already so heavily terraformed here as well, which is impressive. It's terraformed all the way around on many sides. We're going to start with this side. Everything looks so in place. It all makes sense. There are some cottagecore islands out there that I've seen that are just way too cluttered. This one, however, I think it's the best cottagecore island I've seen. Everything, it makes sense. It's not too cluttered from what I've seen so far. The flowers are perfectly in place. The custom designs look amazing. Even up here, just simple tilts of the Joy-Con, and it's already very picturesque. And with the inclines, the stairs, it makes sense to have them there. You know, it reminds me of like when you climb up certain hills in real life. It kind of reminds me of that. And look, we got the Able Sisters here. And look at this view. This view really reminds me just of something rustic, a very rustic location. They've really done this really well. Like this person, their exterior design game is on point. If this was like an actual physical location in the world, this would be the definition of cottagecore. And the terraforming, not only is it picturesque, it's also very complex. It looks really good. Look, more inclines here, leads to just something really, really cute. Waterfalls, they've really done this really well. Going to the other side of the town hall, again, just, there's not a lot to say, I'm just gonna keep repeating the same thing. Look, it just looks, when you think of cottagecore, you think of stuff like this. You know, look how picturesque, look, just a random spot, I've sat in a random spot, and it's already just really picturesque, and I'm sure that's the case with the rest of this island, because it's so well done. It's so heavily terraformed, heavily custom designed. I wonder what it looks like in the snow actually, because the reason why we're not looking at it in the snow is obviously because this is a dream code. So they've uploaded this like in summer. So we're seeing the summer version of this island right now, and for good reason. Summer really suits this island. Like, I don't think the snow would do it too much justice in comparison to what it looks like in the sun with lots of greenery, you know? I don't know why I find this cottagecore island in particular so good. I think it's like a really good combination of like what cottagecore would look like in real life, with obviously it not being real life. It just looks amazing. See, look, again, just a random spot. It looks so picturesque. All the trees, all the nature. I'm not getting too lost here. Everything leads back to like the town hall. It's really good. I mean, obviously you can get lost here. I can imagine getting lost here, but this is my first time here and everything makes sense to me. I'm not too lost. There's no bland area to this. Like, yeah, sure, it's all the same theme, but it's just so well done, you can't really get bored of it. Like, it's a really good mix of it being busy looking but not cluttered. You know, if you're going to do a cottagecore island, terraforming is your friend here. It is difficult to get the hang of terraforming, trust me, I know, but once you get it down, it's so fun to play with. And this is why if I were to ever do up an island, I would love to try and do cottagecore, because I love terraforming. I know some people don't like it because it's hard, it's time consuming, but I really enjoy terraforming my island, and I would love to try and do a cottagecore island at some point, one day. But I don't know when. It's all very simple, but in a complex way. Loads of different varieties of trees. Again, it just suits it. It suits it. The brown roof really suits it. There's not a lot to say really. Everything, it just makes sense. Everything links. It's a rock garden inspired by space. I'd say if you want to build a cottagecore island, go to this one. The code will be popped up right here, so feel free to go visit that. I think this is a really good example of what a really well done cottagecore island looks like. In conclusion, if you're going to build a cottagecore island, I suppose do what makes you feel happy. That's the point of Animal Crossing after all, I suppose.